Hi, Alex.
Hi.
I had to, I can't. How are you?
I'm good. How are
I am
you?
so good. I'm so thankful for having you in this space today on Inside the Industry. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me. I love this wall behind you.
Thank you. I've left room. I need to put your face literally like, right here.
I love it. I think it's magical.
We're just getting all our little light inspirations, a little bit
Yes.
witty. Yes, all our legends there. We have to. We must.
Yes.
Speaking of legends, you. That's why you're here. I'm sorry, me? This? Yes.
No one cares. Look at it says no one cares.
Everyone cares. I care, she cares, we care. All of us are caring. Well, I am so stoked. I was fortunate enough to get to work with you. I met you working on Once on This Island, and that was a pleasure, but also terrifying.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
I did not want to fuck up Alex. I was like, don't do it. Because for those that know, I was doing the makeup track, makeup and hair, but we all know hair, not my fault thing.
No.
Makeup. And there's a moment where you come on running, honey, running to do a quick change to get into, what do we throw on you? Lashes on a quick change?
Just a lash quick change of 30 seconds.
Just no pressure, nothing. I remember shaking and you were like, it's breathe. It's okay. Like, you're good. And I was like, no, because if I mess up or drop this lash, I'm going to literally off myself and leave the building. So
well, there was one girl that did mess up. There is one girl that did mess up, and she dropped the lash on the floor and then went to go perceive and grab the lash to put it on my face, and I literally slapped her.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
I didn't slap her. I just like shooed her hand away from my face. Like, no.
You're not doing that. Well, also, that is the speaking of now of even COVID times, that is the least hygienic thing like you could ever do. You were like,
no, thank you. Oh my God, that's pink eye. You're putting pink eye out of disease.
I have a goat 2 feet from me right here, and I don't know what debris is in the air from this goat shape. I don't even know what. Oh my God.
But
it was. Perfect. Oh, listen. It was so much fun. You were a pleasure and a gift, and made it a lot easier and so fun. And I feel like makeup for you and a lot of the roles that people know you as, makeup, hair, wardrobe, I mean, you turn out looks, Alex. Looks wherever you're going. And I get mad and upset, but also very just like loving it and living for it. But I love we must. But I was dead because even with Mama, I mean, Azuka, Rachel. Say what her name is. Asaka. Lord help me.
You got it.
Do we want to call it Azuka instead for fun?
Sure, I didn't write it.
Stop. But when you do, I loved the makeup. Did you feel powerful in it? Did it contribute to your character?
Yes, it did. And I did change my makeup plot a lot of times.
You did, yeah.
I did. I changed it. Cookie Jordan, who's wonderful and amazing, made my makeup plot, but then she did the makeup herself and then didn't give me all of the tools.
You were like, wait.
That she did on my face the first time. So I had to like kind of make it all work and shape it to my face. I mean, it was, I think the makeup of that plot in particular was something that was grounded in a way. It wasn't a lot, but it wasn't minimal at the same time. It was like, how do you make your natural beauty shine through and then put these bright colors on top? Yes,
because you build throughout the show. For people that don't know, it's like your whole evolution of even your character, it comes together, and I love that makeup was a part of that for you. I mean, it's such a vibrant show. There's a lot of body art, a lot of cool dirtying up. I mean, a lot of the characters have makeup involved deeply in their character and what it's evolved with. I think it's really cool because we don't see it often, especially on Broadway. It's usually overlooked. It's usually wigs, honey, and wardrobe, and that is like the main focus, you know? So I like that you were not only a part of the process, you got to finesse it. Do you like doing your own makeup?
I do enjoy doing my own makeup.
Part of your character, like, do you like getting ready? It helps get you into
sometimes it. Sometimes I do enjoy it, but like at 4:30 in the morning going to work, no, I'm just like, I'm gonna go back to bed really quick. If you can just do your magic and then I wake up and I'm phenomenal, I can actively say I woke up like this.
Yes. So it's very different for you than working on TV, obviously. Hours are different. I mean, it's a little bit more like super close to the HD. So, I mean, they're all hands in deep. You just get to lay back. Do you legitimately sleep? Because I know for me, there's a lot of actors that do, 100%.
Sometimes I'm like knocked out. I'm not even
Can't do it.
Coherent during it. It's just,
as a makeup artist, I'm like, how do I even get the line?
How do I do the eye while you're asleep? She'll wake me up when it's like, okay,
wake up. They're like,
so you have to be awake.
Yes, exactly.
No, my makeup, that's like an intimate portion of my like my journey, especially how I do makeup. I like to be blended for God.
Yes.
I don't want you to see a demarcation mark anywhere. I mean, when I was in Once This Island, I started with a bare face walking for the pre-show, but I was baked for God herself.
Beat down. Yeah.
Beat down because I was like, I need the strongest base ever because this pink and this yellow, it's gonna come. But I like that time that I have of just like being one with my face and like seeing everything. And it's like a good way to check in with where my skin is because I'm also a skin junkie.
I love that about you. See, I had to learn, and it took me a moment myself because as a child, honey, and I don't know what hormonal breakouts, stress breakouts, managing that. And on top of it, so much, again, as your guys' jobs, you're in and out of makeup all day long and sitting it for hours on end. You were just saying 12-hour plus days on set and you're on a full beat and then you got to go home. So you enjoy now, obviously, whenever you have a downtime, just clean and fresh.
Just like detox skin.
Is there anything in particular that you like to do for skincare?
I am a full-blown machine whore. Like I use every machine that they have. Like I have my little microdermabrasion machine.
At home? Stop it.
Yes, I do.
I love that.
I have the little pore suckers. I have one of those. Like I'm just like, let's get in because it's down in there.
Yeah, no, it's down in
there. And being Black and always like having discoloration, hyperpigmentation, it's like everywhere all the time, and I'm just like,
finesse her and even her out, and that's
I'm also always drinking water.
See, honey, that's the biggest thing for me. I'm like, give me all the chemicals, give me all the things. I want like deep healing. I don't care. I don't need all this clean beauty all the time. Help me out. Like, dig it deep. But that's the other thing. I don't drink enough water, and that's the other thing. Do you do anything while you're? I mean, you have very long, not only on Broadway, when you're pimping out 8 shows, running around, singing down. That is insane. It was insane, like what you guys did for Once in the Island. I'm like, I don't think people in the sand. Is that what you just said? Yeah, barefoot in the sand. Like, hello. So it's like, is there anything you do even just health-wise, like inner, health-wise, what you do for yourself to keep that stamina going?
I mean, I did the same thing over and over and over again. Each day I would eat the same thing, I would drink the same thing, I would do the same things. It was just kind of like a mindset that I had to be in, that my body actively knew that this is the task that we have. I also was drinking like a fucking sailor. Sorry for cursing.
No,
but I'm not a, like, I would work out sometimes. I would go for like little elliptical or Soul Cycle or have you, but like nothing too strenuous.
You got some stamina then, honey, because listen, I need to be like, my back hurts if I don't even just do a little cat cow, whatever.
Cat cow, honey.
anything I need. My God, I love that though. It's really important. I mean, obviously also different days on set for you, the regimen that you have when you're doing Broadway. And I like that you brought that up because I don't know what it is with Broadway, the repetitiveness of you kind of getting in that motion. Do you feel that transfer over when you're on set, or is it different?
No,
the vibe is different.
It's just you're evolving in different scenarios on television. On Broadway, you can find different nuances to a piece of text or different like things that you can do in the show just to keep it interesting, but you're not growing or evolving through anything. Right. You're not like changing up the pace. You're not changing the blocking. You're not changing how you act. And even with acting, there are so many other things that people don't actively know that you're doing on TV and movies and film. It's like, hey, Alex, your light is over here. You please stand on this mark. Could you tilt this piece of paper directly down and left? That's how we're starting the shot. So you have to remember that placement each and every time. Great. We have a line change for you right now.
Right. It forces you to literally have to be on the go, adapt, not get so stuck in. You almost can't with TV because, like you're saying, every day, new scenery, new everything. You gotta evolve. Do you feel, I mean, there's such a worlds of different. Do you prefer anyone? Do you prefer Broadway over TV?
I really don't prefer either. I mean, if we're talking about like what my bank account prefers.
We all know where that is going to go. TV, honey, all the way.
I definitely want to go to TV. I just want to be at TV. But like, I do appreciate the art of Broadway and the stamina that it takes and all of the extra accoutrements, if you will. Like, I love what the reward that Broadway gives a lot of the time.
100%. No, I completely agree. I felt the same way. I also just needed to shift. Myself, when I get too in the zone, that's why I like TV. It's like, all right, different setup, different people, different vibes every day. I get to turn out different looks depending on the scene, whatever it requires. Versus if I'm coming into Lion King every day, honey, Zazu's not changing.
Zazu's not going nowhere.
I just have to do it every single time, which there's something cool to that as well, but it's just different. And I feel like I have to be in that headspace to be down to just go ahead and do the routine. But have you always, I feel like, I mean, you've worked since you were younger in Glee and now with Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. Have you, in that whole time span, have you always had really good experiences in the hair and makeup trailer, or you had to go?
Not.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think, especially as a Black, like, no, it just doesn't.
No, it doesn't add up that way. And what I've learned is you have to say something. Because if you don't say something, it'll keep going. And you have to be willing to say something and take the flack that's going to come with saying something.
Right.
Because I can say this person doesn't know how to do my hair. What do you mean? They're very versed in doing hair. I said, this person does not know how to do my specific hair. And they're like, well, you're wearing wigs. And I said, but the maintenance for my own hair is that they need to know how to do. And you want to incorporate my hair in some of these looks most times. My hair actually has to be healthy for that.
100%.
I get that this makeup artist is a brilliant makeup artist and she can do an eye down, but she can't do skin.
Right. There's always that. And that's good. Have you always felt the confidence and having that, or were you scared at first to be like, oh, I don't want to open my mouth, I'm new, especially when you first stepped in the gate?
Yeah, when I first stepped out into this career, I was just like, oh, it's not my place, it's not my place, it's not my place. But then it is my place because no one's going to know about the makeup artist or the showrunner. They're not going to be like, why'd you let them do that to you, Alex?
Well, I didn't want
I sat down.
Right, exactly. And
all I did was sit.
Yes, and it's a hard trick bag because, like you were saying, you don't want to, especially when we're new in the game, and I talk about this a lot with people on the podcast, whether it be from a crew standpoint or a talent standpoint, where it's like, if we don't speak up, if you don't say anything, if you don't address it, change won't happen, one. And also, your worth and your value, your own feeling of confidence. Like, if I'm feeling shitty in the chair, if I'm you and you're putting me through and I don't like the way I look at the end of the day, that's affecting my performance miserably. So if I'm not able to go out there, now you expect me to do my job where you couldn't do your job, it's really tricky. And I feel like that would build up where if it's day in, day out and I'm feeling that, or somebody's messing me up and not making me look my best, I'm going to have a problem later.
I mean,
I'm going to feel away.
I'm going to be like, how can I be vulnerable right now if I feel like I can't be me? Exactly. I'm too focused on looking at myself every time I look in the mirror being like, I don't look good. I know that I don't look good. And I can tell that I don't look good.
And y'all can't tell me otherwise, because I hate when they're no, you look good. And you're like, but I don't. Now it's about opinion.
But I don't.
I don't. 100. Have you ever had any like favorite looks, especially with this recent show? I'm loving. It's like every episode I binged Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. Everything is turned out. I love it. Is there any particular vibes when they put you in something that you're just digging?
I don't. Well, this is the best thing about this show is I borderline handpick everything.
Now
I handpick my makeup look. I handpick what wig or what hairstyle I do, and I handpick my costumes and my wardrobe. It's all a collaboration, really, with everybody. But like, I set the tone because the role is basically based off of me.
Exactly.
So I choose with everyone, and I tweak everything. So that's always brilliant. And I don't have a favorite look because they're all like my babies.
Yeah, they really, and everyone feels so unique, and it makes sense to the episode and what she would be into it that like it just makes sense. Like I
Yeah.
don't know, it just like adds up, and I love the new, everything's gorgeous. I feel like to that process for you, how does it feel being in the room, being so included in the hair and the makeup? Like how does that
Sometimes
go
it's
for
a
you?
weight. Sometimes it's a weight because like, especially when you're picking a makeup look, it's
Yeah.
like, how do we keep this not like doing the same thing over and over and over and
Right.
over again? Like,
Right.
how many cat eyes could you do? How many cut creases can you do?
A
How
lot.
many
That looks a lot.
like
I
how
will
many times
never
can you
not
change
do a
how many times can you change a liner a different color and be like, it's fashion?
every day, every day. Yeah.
It's fashion. I mean, it's just keeping like up with trends and being
Yes.
10 steps ahead and trying to do stuff that's different. That's like, that's the fun of it all.
It is fun. Well, also too, because I mean, when you guys are shooting, you could be premiering the show a year later, 6 months later. So you
Yeah.
really are right in saying it's 10 steps ahead of the game, even just a fashion and trend sense. It's like, I don't want to do anything that then when it premieres, it's completely outdated and people are like, honey,
Yeah.
it's old.
Yeah.
So you really do have to be on top of it. And I love that you're so in the process, because I know some people that don't, that aren't really, and they
Yeah.
just, here you go, and this, and you're like, okay, great, I'm cool. I love that the production and that whole team collaboratively does that for you. I think that's incredible. So
Yeah.
that's exciting. Have you been doing anything? I know we were all on a bit of a hiatus. I mean, like, literally every single one of us within quarantine. So I know you guys are getting back into it. But what was quarantine life for you? Like, what was your life looking like at the time? What did you do?
It was so busy.
Was it? Oh, I'm mad.
For me, it was so busy. I mean, like,
Uh,
everything shut down, and it was just like, because our show was airing during quarantine
yes.
at the beginning of the year. So I was doing press for that, like virtually on this laptop in front of a ring light.
Dog.
Yeah, I was doing all these virtual concerts the entire time. I think I did like Hulu Pride. I did some campaigns for Kettle and some campaigns for Diet Coke and Coke. Like, I've done so many things, and like,
Yes.
I just was so busy. There was one point where I was just like turning work away because I was just like, I can't facilitate the timing of it all because
Yes.
people don't
You're one of the
understand.
few.
Yeah.
One of the few that has told me this, which is, it makes me feel good, because thank God some of us are working and staying. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, do you ever see now people with you being like, it didn't stop? I didn't really have a quarantine of like rest period. Are you kind of now itching to be like, wait, I kind of wanted my little downtime moment? Like, what?
I had like a month of downtime where I was just like, what is happening? But then it's like all my agents were just like, you have this, and I was just like, oh.
Okay, I'm ready.
No, but
Sips
no,
water.
I loved it. I really did love the time because that's why I was turning away things more so.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I want time to like focus on me first.
Yeah.
I needed time to focus on what I want out of this time that I'm forced to be inside.
Absolutely.
Whether it is to like be on Zoom till 7 o'clock in the morning with my best friend, just drinking and talking.
Yeah.
Or like that stuff, and not worrying about like, oh, I have a deadline for these 3 concerts that I have to send over for these 3 charities. Like, it's like stuff like that. And people don't understand like that kind of that work that goes into doing all of this on your own. That's
God.
like getting the track together, finding the best take, making sure that you're not close to 7 o'clock when everybody starts cheering outside.
No, truly though.
There's so many things. I didn't have a ring light at that time, so
Yeah,
I was just
nobody
balancing my
was
cell
prepared for
phone.
this.
Just balancing my cell phone on my window,
Oh, shit.
singing,
Yes.
and then like editing it together, and then like being able to like go to WeTransfer just to send it to the people.
No.
There was so much work that went into it.
A lot of stuff, and people just see the product and they're like, oh, yay. And you know what's even more infuriating is, all the time in the work, I'm quickly learning, just doing this podcast and other things from remote. I'm like, okay, I gotta learn a lot. Like, there's a lot of things to learn. But it's wild because then you put the thing out and it took a week, a month, or whatever it was to prep, and then it's old news. It's within like 2 days. They're over it. They're like, what's next? And you're like, how dare you? I am so tired. I've been working. It's really I don't want to say infuriating, because I get it. Like, I know my attention span also. I can't ask what I also don't, want myself, which is, of course, we want quick turnaround. We want new products. We want new content all the time. But as a content creator and somebody that like, you're doing concerts, you're working, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
No matter at what scale that you're doing it, it's all a lot of work because you're doing it on your own. And there are so many things that I took for granted of like being able to have my publicist right there with me, or
Right.
many assistants, or people that can do these things to help me. Nah, bitch, I was by myself in Harlem.
Doing it. See, and I love that about you, Alice, because it's like no matter in my eyes and what I know of you, and even before I physically met you, jamming to your music, and then when I put two and two together, I was like, I didn't even know that was you. Like, it took me a minute, and then I was like, this person is so incredible, and you're so warm and lovely. Also a boss bitch. Don't get that twisted. She's cute, but she will listen.
Hey,
So
she's that girl.
that girl, she wants to be, listen. But I'm dead. And I just love that about you. Work so hard. You work so hard. And it doesn't matter about the caliber of what you're doing, the pay, the what you give 100 no matter what. And working with you firsthand, you have to. You have to. But unfortunately, not everybody has that mindset.
But then those people shouldn't be doing it. I'm sorry. But you have to work hard. You have to work hard, and you have to be nice to those around you. Like, that's point blank, period.
That should be common sense.
We all have bad days all the time, but like,
yeah,
okay, we have our bad days. Pick yourself up and go on, but don't bring everybody else down with your bad days. And trust me, I have had the worst of days.
Yeah.
The worst of days. But like, thank you for saying that. I do work too hard. My friends always say that about me. They're like, you're working too hard.
Anytime I showed up, it didn't matter. Hours before your call, and you're up in your room, and I'm like, what are you doing here? As I'm doing my presets, and you're like, just getting ready for work. I'm like, no, go sleep somewhere. Like, hey,
just getting ready for work. You know me.
Just a solid 10 hours before call, and I'm like, what?
But there's also like that, you never know when I have a family to provide for. Like, it's not just me, it's me and my mom and my little dog. But like, I say, like, I have a family to provide for, but like, the more that you work and the more money you make, the more money you spend, boo.
I know. It's true, like, though. And you almost, if you have the personality, like you said, like when you really, you're already an automatic giver. Once I now have come into that, like that wealth, or, that abundancy, I want to give it.
Yeah.
So whether that be your mom, your family, friends, when the time comes, it does. But then again, like you said, all right, but now I got to stay working and busy, because now I have a lot of people to provide for, though you want to, but now it's also a lot on the back end. People don't see either,
They don't see that. They don't see me doing a Broadway matinee and then going down to a pier to do a concert for Wigstock and then coming back on the same day to do the night show. They don't see that.
Nope.
They just see that I was here and I was here and I was there.
They don't see me sweating in the cab, crying, getting to the next destination.
Like, literally trying to get to the theater, being like, I'm still beat.
I know, exactly. It's tough. It's tough as the runaround. I mean, with that being said, I've thought about it in quarantine with my downtime. I'm like, would you do anything else? No. I really don't think. For you, is this like, you're like, I'm in it? Because I know, again, you sing, you act, you do a lot. You are a performer.
Yeah, I'm just in it. I think
you're in it for life.
If I do anything else, it's just like being a stay-home parent with a husband that provides for me. Yes. Which, fingers crossed that it happens very soon.
Guys, come on. What do we?
Please marry me.
Somebody, what's going on here?
What's happening? Somebody marry me so I can stop doing all this work. My God. My goal is to like just be drinking rosé day in, day out.
Stop. Not that. No. I don't want that for you. I want you to keep going. We're all in search. It's fine. Jesus Lord. Well, if with that, is there anything coming up for you? Anything exciting in the new year?
In the new year, I can't believe that this year was such a wash.
It was a wash, but also you turned out a whole single, so stop it.
I turned out a whole 3 singles. That's how sad it was.
Listen.
I said, let me just put out the 3 songs. Just put the 3 songs out. That's fine.
But what? Like, were you like, was this in the works? Because again, I knew you as like working.
It was in the works, but it wasn't supposed to line up like that.
Yeah, because it was like boom, 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 and I was like, okay, I'm obsessed. I love the mama song, and I love. Did she die? That you were like, this is for you. That's the sweetest.
Yeah, she cried 3 times. But I just sent her the song and the music video, and she like had her own thing. I wasn't really there to witness it. I was just like, praise God. I don't think I would handle it.
Oh my God, I don't think I could either. Was there a moment, you always know you wanted to do something for moms? I feel like that's always.
Yeah, I just, doing Asaka just really, like, Alex, you're not a mom. You could never be a mom. You don't have the anatomy to be a mother. And I'm just like,
I'm a mom.
But that doesn't make a mom.
I know.
Giving birth to a child isn't the only way you become a mother.
1,000.
And I was like really in that mindset of playing a soccer. It's just like, how do I show motherhood? How do I show this this bountiful love that's unconditional for something, and not unconditional in everything you do is right, or I'm going to treat you the way that you think I should because I am your mother.
Right.
At the end of the day, what I've really learned about my mom and parents in general, they're just older versions of ourselves.
Truly.
They're making it up as they go, just like we're going to make it up as we go.
Yes. For anybody out there, forgive your parents. Just now and then, just forgive them.
Just forgive them, because it's like, they're just who you are.
Yes. It's a lot of work. A lot of my friends are getting pregnant, honey, in quarantine.
Child, I said, what were y'all doing in March?
Everyone, where were you all at one time? You all made a pact and somebody said break and you all didn't, because everyone, their mother is becoming a mom now. Bye.
I'm just like, how? Never.
How? We don't know, but I'm here for it. But I'm also learning from afar, because now I'm getting the like, well, should I do it? Like, should I get pregnant? And then I'm like, no, Rachel, stop. Stop. 27, sit the hell down. Sit down. But it's too much. But I love that. And I love that she got that. And all your other singles, I feel like, how do you not? But every single album you've put out, album and singles, it's crazy to me because all of them to me have a pump up. If I want to feel good, I put on Alex Newell. That's like easy. Are you doing that? Is that purposely coming out of you, intentional?
At first it was just like, dance is the new thing that's going to take over the nation.
Yeah.
So let's do that. And we've slowly seen everything start to turn into electronic dance music now. Yeah. And so I've kind of just been at the forefront of that, putting a big vocal on top of
a big old vocal
on top of a dance track, because it will sell well. But I've fallen in love with the kind of music that I make, because it wasn't anything that I was going to do. You hear my voice, you're just like, oh, you're an R&B singer. No, I'm actively not.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. I mean, the range is wild. So because I feel like we could throw musical at you, classic, and you can do it. You're just trained. You are trained. You know what you're doing. So whatever you want.
Golden throat.
All the throats. I'm like, God damn it. Every time I'm like chills and just passing out. It's fine. But it's fine. I've taken so many videos of myself backstage while you're singing, me lip syncing it. So I feel like I'm doing it.
You were. I mean, because there were days that I was trying to do it and I could not do it. So I would have willingly have taken you, put you in a skirt and said, have fun.
They'd be like, I'm sorry, who's that little white twig? What is she doing? I don't understand. This seems super off. And I'd be like, no, I'm just going to pass. I love it. But tell me, is there anything in 2021, honey?
There is new stuff coming out. I do know that. I mean, I quite literally recorded a whole song.
Oh my God.
Recorded a whole song during quarantine. I did.
Why are you... It's making me feel bad about myself. I want you to tell me something that's like shitty. Tell me like, I don't know, you broke a toe or something, so I feel better about myself.
No, I recorded a song during, like at the tail, not the tail end, because it's not ending anytime soon. It is, but it's not. Yeah. But like when things, at the beginning of things, were like, they started to open back up. Mm-hmm. A studio opened back up in New York, and so I ran down to record a song really quick. Excuse me.
Okay.
And then literally 2 weeks ago, Saturday, I was listening to another song that I had recorded, and I was just like, I'm not feeling the vocals on it. And my manager just found a random recording studio here in Vancouver with an engineer and was just like, here, go, re-record it. And I was just like, it's Saturday, so I might as well.
Oh my God, it's Saturday.
In between, like on my days off, which I coveted a day off.
Listen.
I really do. Because you need rest.
You need it.
If it's good enough for God, it's good enough for me.
We all need I'm mad at that.
On the seventh day,
he rested. Day, honey.
And on the seventh day, he rests. Bitch, I'm a rest too.
I'm going to rest. He said it. I'm gonna do it.
He said it. He did it. I'm gonna do it. Hello. But I love a rest day. But I was just like, let's just go do it and get it over with. And it's turned out to be like one of my favorite songs that I've ever recorded. So that's always nice.
Oh, I'm excited. Yeah. So we're looking forward. We're waiting. Obviously, we'll save all the details. We can't disclose anything, but I am stoked and excited. My last kind of question for you
Yeah.
would be, is there any misconceptions about Alex Newell that people have on you that you feel like people view this of me or think this of me often and it's just not true?
You know, it's always the thing of I'm a bitch and I'm mean.
Why do they think?
Because I'm like like when I walk into a room,
You'll
I
protect.
do command and I have a lot of presence that comes around me,
Yes.
whether I'm on mentally or not.
Yeah. No, agree.
Um,
Your
I
energy is really, it's you are drawn to it. It's really crazy.
Yeah, and so I think people that don't know me and haven't met me
Mhm.
can feel that kind of way. That
Yeah.
it's just like, oh,
Intimidated.
you're unapproachable. But I'm just like, I am probably one of the most approachable people
Super approachable.
everywhere,
Yes. Yes.
anywhere. Like,
100%.
I will get me while I'm drunk, and we'll be best friends for an eternity.
No.
Like, I can make friends anywhere. Like, I also can read energies, which is super strange.
No, I
Like, I was at dinner last night with some friends, and a waitress walked up and she was just explaining things, and I was just like, hmm. And my friend across me was like, "You weren't feeling her," and I said, "Nope,
no, I
I
wasn't.
just didn't like any of her energy."
But it's true though, and I feel like people don't realize, and I feel like a lot of the times it happens when you're a performer, an
Hmm.
actor, even if you're in the arts, you're able to because we almost have to.
Yeah,
Because I gotta know coming into the room, like if I'm coming to do your personal makeup, okay, and you're in a bad mood or you're upset, I can't come in like Alex, and you're like, no, Rachel, I'm not. We're not on that right now. And I'm
I'm
like,
not there.
got it, noted. Okay, so you have to read the room. You have to vibe with the energy, and I feel
Yeah.
like same thing for y'all. When it doesn't, even if you're the talent, like you know if somebody's like, ooh, they're gonna touch your hair and they got an attitude that day, or maybe they're just mean, or maybe they're nervous, like how you saw me being like, here's your lash, like you knew damn well you like grab my stop shaking. I was like, yeah, yeah, no, I got it. Trying to be cool. You totally called me out. I was like, fuck.
Got it, it's
It's
on.
fine. You were like, it's half off my eye because of your shaking, but we'll be okay. You're just gonna get back.
Like, you have to be able to know shit like that. But
You must.
yeah,
You must. And it's so good. But I
also
love
it's like
that.
making other people feel comfortable. Like,
Yes.
you don't want
Yes.
anyone anxious around you. You don't want anyone that's going to put you, because all these emotions are contagious. Every emotion is contagious.
Yeah. You feel
If
like you're an
someone that's
empath?
very close to you, huh?
You feel like you're an empath then? Because you can.
No, maybe. I don't know. Probably at this juncture, I
Right.
probably like radiating my energy to everybody all the goddamn time. And they're just like, Alex is like really a lot today.
But I'm here for it. It boosts me up. It gives me life. I'm
I
not.
mean, there was a point in time where people are actively scared of you, Alex. And I was just like, what do they think I'm gonna do?
No.
Burn the building down?
What would they think I'm gonna? Plus, also, I think it's always interesting when somebody, like you're saying, is commanding. You have an energy. Also, you just know what you're going to be about and what you're not going to be, especially in a work environment. Or, like you
Yeah.
said, just out to dinner. I just know what I'm going to put up with or what I'm not. And I think it's interesting as a society, the immediate approach is that person's a bitch. And
Yeah.
it's like, but I know what I want for me. I know who I want around me. I know what I'm going to stand for, what I'm not going to stand for. And if anything, that makes me powerful and that makes me know my worth
Yeah.
rather than bitch. But it's an interesting thing that we go
But people are
immediately.
scared of people that don't know. Sorry, people are scared of people that know their own worth,
Yes, yes,
because it makes them feel insecure that they don't know or they're not on that level. It's just like me talking to any producer all the time. You think that just because you sign a paycheck that you have some clout over me. You don't.
hearts. Listen,
At the end of the day, you could fire me tomorrow and I can go to another one the next day.
right. Like, and I like that, Alex, because I think it's very powerful for you to say and for people that are listening, because there's never, I was told this young, because I got tripped up really young in the industry where I really thought somebody at one time was going to have a lot of control over my career, like the trajectory of my career by something that had happened, long story short. And I was like, I'm not going to work. Like, things aren't going to happen for me. And my friend was like, no one person has control over your life and your career ever. Not even 5, not even 10 of them. Nobody but you. So it's like, even when you do hit people along the way that want to kind of either control or, puppet you a bit, it just is, as long as you stand tall in yourself
Yeah.
and you can really just make moves. Because other than that, I mean, it's easier said than done. It took me a lot of years. So,
Yeah.
that
I
being
mean,
said,
it took me a lot of years. I started when I was 18. And back then, I even thought that my agents were controlling everything in my life and my
right,
career.
right,
And it took me a long time to get to the mindset of, nah, bitch, they're your
right,
employees.
right. Right. This is a
they are giving you service. They're getting money from you.
Right. I am paying you. I'm paying you to help me. That's how I feel about my therapist. I'm like, I am paying you. Stop telling me what to do.
What's happening?
No. Kidding. It's fine. I miss her. It's fine. But I love that. I really, Alex, I appreciate your words. I appreciate your wisdom, your time, and just taking your busy talent, my love. So I really appreciate you just sitting down with me. I thoroughly had a good time. Thank you so much.
Anytime. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again. And this time we'll drink. We'll have a little fun.
Yes.
Drinking games. I'm getting risky on this podcast because I'm like, oh, we should do it. And then I'm like, Rachel, reel it in. Stop. I can't just yet. We can't pull it out yet. It's fine.
I'm dead.
Thank you, my love. I'm going to tag all your things below. If you don't already know Alex, wake up. You're living under a rock. So all his things will be below. Please follow him. Support all his newest comings out, everything, singles, new projects. 2021, honey. Let's go. Alex, thank you so much. I love you. Thank you, baby.
Bye.
Bye.